I started and finished in a few days rewatching season 1 of Netflix's You.
Yeah.
Because in preparation for season 3.
First season 3 is coming out.
And you know what? Now that I've watched, because I was watching a lot of it, and now it's making me want to talk like the narrator,
Joe?
like Joe does. Just
Joe?
talk. And I'm going to talk just like this. Yuna.
That's scary. Can please not do that?
Very deliberate, with my eyes wide open, looking directly at you, Yuna.
You're really bad at acting.
I'm just trying to talk like he does.
But he sounds very different when he was in the Gossip Girls.
Oh, was he in Gossip Girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is kind of playing the stalker as well because he's the Gossip Girl.
Oh, he played a stalker in that show too?
Yeah.
Wow, he's like one of those guys who gets like cast for his like ability to just look creepy.
No, yeah, but you didn't know he's creepy until the last 3 seasons. You
know it from the very beginning in You.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Everything I do it for you. Beck. I'm trying to like do it like he does, but it's like very hard to reproduce that.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't work on you.
Hey, this is Matt.
And this is Yuna.
And this is Our 3 Things, a podcast about joyful things. And we are coming back from a slightly non-conventional episode last week for my birthday celebration, which was lovely. Had some tasty cake. Some tiramisu was my birthday cake this year. Thank you, Yuna, for that. Even though I feel like whenever you buy cakes and pastries, it's like more of a challenge than a gift to finish it before it goes bad.
Finish within 3 days, please.
But when it comes to tiramisu, I'm okay with that challenge, I think.
That's great.
Yeah. But it was good.
That's the equivalent to the strawberry watermelon cake to me.
I think tiramisu is my number one. That's my default if you can't think of anything else to get.
No, it has to be the tiramisu from the right place.
I'll eat any tiramisu.
No, I think I bought you one that's not.
You bought me one of the best ones.
No, but I bought you one that's not from the same shop. I don't think you like it.
Which one?
The birthday before that.
You bought me tiramisu? Really?
See, you don't even remember.
Oh, it must not have been memorable then. Okay.
I told
well,
you.
this one was.
Yeah.
This one was from the Papa's.
Papa's, the traditional Italian pastry place.
Oh, I could eat that every day.
Yeah. That one's really good. I could even get that because it's pretty light. It's feel pretty light, right? Feel pretty traditional, and it's not very heavy alcoholic as well. You can just keep eating.
I think that's the true measure of a good tiramisu is like if you just like put a plate of a piece of it on your plate, and you start eating, and then you suddenly look down and it's like gone, and it feels like it's been like 10 seconds, and you don't feel like you've had any yet. Yeah. That's like a good tiramisu.
That's also a good strawberry watermelon cake as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite one we talked about.
Because we had bad ones. It's huge difference.
When do we have bad strawberry watermelon cake?
We did from a different shop.
Oh, okay. We won't name and shame that shop.
We won't name and shame, but what I'm saying is for strawberry watermelon cake, you have to get it from Black Star Pastry.
And if you don't live near a Black Star Pastry, as in like not in Sydney, Australia, then oh well.
They have that in Melbourne.
Okay, if you don't live in one of the 2 big cities in Australia, sorry about you.
And tiramisu cake, I strongly think.
Okay.
Papa is the best one. Seriously.
Okay, yeah.
No, because we tried different ones.
No, but I feel like we're going back into advertisement and we didn't even start the podcast really yet.
No, this is just a healthy conversation.
Well, I wouldn't say healthy conversation.
No, it's not healthy.
Mentally, maybe, not physically.
For you?
Emotionally, spiritually, but not physically.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was something else lovely from my birthday, but I'm going to save that for when we start our list, which I think is going to be about now.
Sweet. So, Matt, I think this week's your turn first. What's your number one joyful things?
My number one
last week.
Joyful thing for the past week is my birthday gift from last weekend from Yuna, my co-host. So you got me a Theragun, not a Theragun. What's the brand? A Therabody or something like that. But it's like the wave roller. So it's kind of like for those who know what a foam roller is. For those who don't know what a foam roller is, it's basically something that you can use. It's like a cylinder, pretty like big one that's like normally they're just like dense foam and like maybe have like little bumps on them and stuff. And you use them on your muscles, like on your legs and your lower back.
Muscle stress post workout.
It's like a kind of a physio session at home. Sort of.
Pretty much.
And they're very popular for like runners, which I do a lot of distance running. I've talked about before. And normally they're just static, like it's just like a piece of like dense foam in a cylinder shape, and those are fine.
Yeah.
But Yuna got me one from the same company who makes the Theragun, which is those like percussive like physio guns with like they kind of like do like the like bump 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 bump
that's
like
the best.
at like very high speed, kind of like a physio would do. But they also make kind of a combination of that and these foam rollers. So it's like it's still a cylinder. You use it the same way, but it like vibrates at like a really 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 high frequency. Yeah. So it's sort of like I guess it's like a combination of those two things, and you use it on your muscles.
And they have different like vibration frequency for different
it has like
part of the muscle area.
Yeah, it has like 5 settings at like different strengths or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. So because this past week I've been able to run a bit more outside because we're starting to have some restrictions lifted here for our lockdown because I've had my vaccinations. So I can run around outside a little bit, which is nice. It's finally nice to be out again, not just on the treadmill every morning.
Yeah.
But being outside does take running on concrete takes a more of a toll on your muscles, and so this thing I've been doing it like I do like a few minutes like right before and then a few minutes right afterwards with my normal stretching when I'm recovering, and I actually haven't I think I did I've been a few weeks in a row now of like 65 66 kilometer per week, which is a pretty high volume for me for running, and like I've been using this regularly along with it the last week, and I have actually don't feel like very sore at all today. I was surprised because normally I would be.
That's excellent to hear.
I've been using your gift every day, 2 or 3 times a day. And it's just really nice to have that, and as someone who has a lot of like goals when it comes to like distance running and like being like my own personal athlete, kind of weekend warrior athlete, I guess. This helps enable me to continue that and not worry as much about like injury and having to go to the physio, which we still can do, and all that kind of stuff. So
it helps you to extend your runner's life.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is good for both me and you, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So. It's good for family.
So thank you for the birthday gift. Very thoughtful.
I'm very glad you like it.
So that's my first thing. I'll keep this one short.
Yeah.
Yuna, what is your first thing this week?
My first thing is very nerdy.
I should say, I should have opened with this actually. This episode is going to be pretty nerdy on multiple fronts.
Is it?
We're going to go to the Nerd Corner several times today.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say that this is the first visit to the Nerd Corner.
Yeah, but that would be my last nerdy corner for
I got you. Don't worry.
You got me?
Just a spoiler alert for later. Go ahead.
Sweet. So my first thing is about my personal development. I restarted doing coding in a language called Python last week. The reason I put it on my list now as a joyful thing is because I remember I started learning this language Python for coding probably 2-3 years ago, and I remember I had a hard time learning that back then because there's so many words that I don't know. There's so many like the way they think you as a programmer. I have no idea.
Yeah, we talked about this I think when with your SQL learning as well. But like there's a barrier, not just like programming language barrier, like learning a new language, but also if your native language is not English, like you kind of need that for most common programming language, like to know like the English version of the words, and there's not words that you would use in everyday conversation.
I know. And so for me, the barrier to learn this new coding language, not only the new coding language, as well as I have to relearn all the English word, which I know the meaning in Chinese, but I have no idea English because you don't use those words in your daily life or in my work field in finance. You don't use those, right? So, but the reason I was so happy is it's happened last week. I started redoing this course on Udemy, and I found myself be able to do the challenge and be able to configure the tools to program this language, and be able to figure out, I recognize this error message. I know how to resolve that and where to resolve that. For me, just like the first light bulb moment, it's like everything just clicks. Because I still vividly remember a couple years ago when I first started learning this coding language based on my personal interest. It's so difficult. And I remember back then, I have to switch to a learning course in Chinese to be able to continue learning this language. So this time, I'm able to follow like an English course in this Python language and be able to follow that midway, which I'm really happy. Although it's for beginner, but it meant a lot for me. Because that means for the past few years, maybe past a month, finally all the coding like infrastructure, like to recognize the errors, to do the problem solving, and all the basic vocabulary relate to this field clicks in my head and stored, and I'm finally be able to understand it, which I feel really proud.
Yeah, well, I mean, and plus, you know, when you get to the point where if you see an error message when you're writing code and you like know how at least to start trying to solve it.
Yeah.
That, to be honest, like if you're talking about like a beginner sort of like approaching it for the first time versus being able to use it, like that's the biggest step.
Yeah.
Really. Like the most seasoned programmers sometimes spend the whole day trying to like fix an error message. So if you know how to do that, then.
For me, it's actually the two biggest moments for me is the number one is I'm able to set up the coding environment properly and make sure it's running for my first line of code. That's a big moment for me because I remember before it took me forever and I have to call Matt's help like, why this is not working? What's happening? Why? I'm just running a simple code.
Yeah.
And then the second is, although after all the setup is finished, when I click the run the code, I have no idea what's the error message. Even I Googled, I couldn't debug. And I have to call Matt. What's happening here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, you know what? You've been learning this language. I just realized like we'll call it the call to Matt metric. So CTM. Your CTM rate used to be really high.
I know.
Like when you did this like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like the past week I didn't even realize you were even learning Python because your CTM was 0. Like
it's 0. I don't even
didn't
call
ask me
you.
anything.
And I didn't even ask you. And I've been using SQL regularly last week as well.
Yeah.
I haven't called you once.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I haven't experienced any error message. There's a lot of error message.
You just know how to resolve it.
I just know how to resolve that.
That's so good. Yeah.
I know. It's such a good feeling. Like you're able to solve the issue. So that means it sets the foundation for you to learn more on this journey.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is good.
I kind of miss it though. Can you just like call me every once in a while just to like make me feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm just a beginner. There are more courses in the end.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So that's my first thing, my first nerdy thing. What's your second thing that makes you happy?
So my second thing, I think with your first thing, we were sort of like starting to edge over to the nerd corner, right? Like coding is like, I think we could say is pretty nerdy, right? Generally. Not that that's a bad thing. I think that we're saying this in like out of a loving use of the word nerd.
Yeah, we love use nerd. Nerd is a positive word for us.
Well, yeah, but it is. So, but my second thing this week is going to like, if we were slowly walking over there, now we're like running full speed into the nerd corner. So my second thing is a video game. Which is going to be fun for talking with you.
Why?
Called Guild Wars 2.
What is that?
So this is going to be, I think the best way for me to explain this, I mean, if you're listening and you know what Guild Wars 2 is, or even if you know what like an MMO is, this is probably going to be very boring to you, or you might want to skip ahead a couple minutes. I'm going to explain this to you, Yuna, as my audience for this, as if you have no knowledge of what this is, because I don't think you do.
I don't play video games.
So there's a genre of video game that has been around actually quite a while, and it's probably not the most popular nowadays, but it's still pretty active, called a MMORPG. So that stands for...
I know what's RPG.
You know what RPG is. I know you know that.
Role-play game.
Role-playing game, exactly.
Yeah.
So the MMO stands for massively multiplayer online.
Oh, it's like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, so okay, you know World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
you do know World of Warcraft. So you know the idea of it.
Popular.
Do you know like the concept of what that kind of game is?
Yeah.
Sort of.
So you
Explain it to me. Yeah, I want to hear.
So you logging online,
Mm-hmm.
and you have different characters you can choose to play, and then you have different team you can form with the people online,
Mm-hmm.
and you can talk, via chat or audio
Mm-hmm.
when you play games
Yeah.
to have to conquer different challenge. Yeah.
I'm actually really impressed. That's a pretty good summary. That's a really good summary. The only thing I might add to that is one of the appeals of it, because there are lots of games you can go online, form a squad with people, and like go like you know like Call of Duty. You've heard of those games?
Yeah.
Like the World War II game, like shooting game, where like you join up and yes, Counter-Strike, CS is one too.
Yeah.
So like there are a lot of online games where you just like form up with people that like just people online and like go do something.
Yeah.
The slight difference I think with an MMORPG specifically is like the massively multiplayer part. So like the first M, I guess. So the idea is like you said, you make a character and you can like advance. That's like the RPG part. You like make decisions that make him more powerful, and you like make choices. So like your character is unique from everybody else, right?
Yeah.
And you can go in and you can like form up groups with other people and like go fight monsters or whatever.
Yeah.
But what's cool though is like you can also just go in and just like play the game, like go fight monsters on your own.
Yeah.
And there's like sometimes like thousands of other people also there that you can like see their character running around and doing stuff that you're not actually working like with them to do anything.
No.
They're just there doing their own thing, and you just see them running around. So it's like a living world. Sort of. And I've played these kind of games for actually a long time. So I played from like the late 90s, early 2000s, a game called EverQuest was really popular. That's sort of the one before World of Warcraft. I did play World of Warcraft as well, actually with my stepdad when it first
I
came
remember
out.
like World of Warcraft is pretty popular in China when I was in uni.
I know it got popular in Asian countries as well.
It's very popular. Like literally all the guys in my uni, they're playing that.
Yeah.
And some girls as well.
Yeah, and I played another one that I think is maybe still alive, but it's kind of dying out, called Final Fantasy 11, which was another.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Yeah.
So that was another MMORPG. So I've always kind of enjoyed these games. I like the fact that you can even go on and just kind of play like by yourself for like some time, and like there's other people there. It just feels like a living.
But the only thing
community
like
kind of
make
thing.
me feel like not wanting play those games, you have to pay a lot. You have to buy credits and buy equipment to continue play, right? That's the experience of World of Warcraft.
You're actually getting to one of the two things about Guild Wars 2. So going back to my actual thing, this is Guild Wars 2 is another MMORPG that I think actually started, I think it was like back in like 2009 or 2010 something.
Yeah.
And they've continued to update it. It's actually still really well populated. It's just not as known, I think. Right now, I don't know when they changed it to this, but right now it's actually free to play. Like you don't even have to purchase it. You just like can play like up to like the max like level you can do, and they have like expansion pack that like it's like $10 or $15 to like get more content. But there's no monthly, like you don't have to pay to like get new equipment or things like that.
Yeah.
They have like a store where you can like pay like real world money to buy stuff, but like it's stuff that like just makes you look different in the game. It doesn't change anything. So you like the game I've been playing it, you've seen me play it. I spent like $10 to like buy like the expansion because there's like a whole bunch of other content there. But that was it. Now, but the other thing I was going to talk about with these kind of games, the downside to these games, and if World of Warcraft was popular in China, you probably heard these stories, is people get like really addicted to them, playing for like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And the reason for that is because the way these games are structured for the most part is like you jump on if you like just like brand new to playing them. Mocha stole a sock just now. Mocha, come here. Mocha wishes we were talking to him instead of talking about video games. Come here. Bring it here. No, bring it here. Bring it here. Give. I think he wants the sock back now. Yeah. That's not your sock, Mocha.
No. Okay, we can continue.
Okay. Unpause. Thank you, Mocha, for the interruption. So the thing with these games, the reason people get so addicted to them is because like when you first log on and you start your new character or whatever, it seems like it's like, oh, you just like, you level up like really quickly at the beginning. You like, oh, like go, kill these goblins or whatever, and it takes like a few minutes, and like you're level 2 and then you're level 5 and then you're level 10, and sometimes they're even really easy to get to the very max level. But then if you want to do like anything after that, you have to put in like insane hours and like organize with like massive groups of people to make like any more progress in the game. And so people almost like treat it like a second job sometimes. So like I think World of Warcraft was like that at the beginning. It's gotten a little better from what I've heard. I haven't played it in a long time, but it's definitely has some problems with that. And also the problem with that too is like if you like don't play for like a few months and they put out like new updates for it, suddenly you're like if you log back in again, everything that you did before is like worthless now because they introduce new things.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like it's kind of a drag like that.
Yeah.
What I love about Guild Wars 2 specifically is that it's not like any of that. It's like made specifically for like people who want to play those games, but also play them like casual.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So how do they make money?
Well, so that they make money because like people do sometimes like buy things like in the real money store, like to like, you know, because you can like buy like cosmetic things, like make yourself like look cool in the game, or you know, you can buy like extra space in like your inventory or something like that. It's stuff that like it's, you know, like it's a lot of those like mobile app games that like say, you always think, who pays money on this? It's like the few people who pay a lot of money keep it running for everybody else to play for free.
Oh,
that
really?
kind of thing. Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah. So what's nice about this game is like I can just like hop in and like I can literally play for like 10 minutes and like I can achieve something in this, which is not the case for like other types of games like
10
this.
minutes you can achieve something.
Yeah. Well, like for example, I was playing the other night and I had like just logged on. I was like I was only on there for like 15 minutes, and then I think you like needed help with something, or like we were like, you know, we were gonna eat dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
And you called me and like literally like I like took like 30 seconds to finish something I was in the middle of doing.
Yeah.
But then I could just like close the game and like I still had the progress from what I did.
What about your teammate?
It's stuff that you don't need the teammates to do. There's some things that you like would in theory, but like a lot of the stuff, like you can like I was like playing quote unquote like with someone. I don't know who like they are in real life, but they were just like someone else doing like something in a similar part of the game that I was, and we were like working on something together.
Yeah.
But like the game works such that like if one of the players goes away, it'll actually like make the game content easier for the person who's still there. Like it'll scale it sort of.
Okay.
So like me leaving didn't like ruin that guy's like night or something. They structure it specifically for that, for like a more casual kind of person.
Okay, that's cool.
Which I love because like you can jump in. You still feel that like immersive kind of atmosphere because there's lots of other people, and like the game itself is like it's really well made. Like it's actually like really fun to do.
Do you have to like be in computer to play that, or you can play that on your phone as well?
You do have to be. It's only like a PC game, yeah.
Right. Do you have to have really good PC to play that?
That's a good question. I don't think so because it's an older game, like from like late 2000, like 2009, 2010, something like that. I think. Right. Yeah. Why do you want to play?
Yeah.
You want to try?
Yeah.
You could. It's free.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You could try to help to set that on my Microsoft service. What?
I don't know if it will. Ooh, Microsoft Surface might be tough. That might be tough to get that to go on there.
Why? It's a good tablet.
Let me check that. Let's check that after.
Okay.
And we can do it. We'll do an update next week to see if Yuna gets hooked on MMORPGs. Yeah, we can look at that.
That's why
we don't play video games together much, do we? I don't think we ever have.
Let's play this one. I think they have an international version of this.
You know, I do have the multiplayer game on Switch too. We can play like the Overcooked.
Yeah, but isn't that fun? Just play on the phone.
But I have a Nintendo Switch right there.
I know. We can play that too. Okay. Sounds good.
Man, first you're coding, and now you're gonna start playing video games, and now you want to play an online RPG. Wow.
I used to play video games when I was in uni.
Why'd you stop?
Why did I stop? Because I think I reached the end of that game, and
there's so many games, babe.
I know, but I just get bored after I played for a very long time.
All right. Well, we'll have to do this offline, and like we'll update next weekend on how addicted you are.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
It used to be play a lot, but then I'd get bored pretty quickly.
Oh man, if I could get you to play an MMO, that would be oh man.
So MMO is multi-universe.
No, massively multiplayer online.
Massive multiplayer.
Online role-playing game, yeah.
What is that similar as Dota?
No, so
What is Dota?
those. So no. So Dota. I
What is
think
Dota?
Dota 2 and like League of Legends. You probably heard of those, maybe. Those are a different type of game that I don't play because they're not. I don't think they're as fun, to be honest. Those are like really like when you play those kind of games, people tend to be really like aggressive and like what they call like try
really?
hard, like really like
I don't
sweaty
like
kind
that.
of. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not into those kind of ones. I like MMORPG because it's very like, to me it's like, it's almost like it's like relaxing.
Relaxing. So it's so Dota is it's not.
No.
It's different from World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, it's much different.
Oh, so that one is more like violent.
No, it's not that it's violent. It's that like the actual gameplay, like the game mechanics is not the same. It's
right.
like a timed like match that you do between two teams.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like competitive.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
That's not fun.
No, and else it also like has like apparently like one of the worst communities of gamers. Like they're very toxic to each other.
Oh really? Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's not the kind of one I want to. When I play video games nowadays, like it's more like for relaxing.
Yeah, me
which
too.
this wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like work is always stressful.
Exactly.
You want your
Exactly.
game,
Yeah.
to relax.
And the people who are like that are they're not people like us who are like working and then like want to play a game to relax. It's like, teenagers.
Oh really?
yeah. Who like are really like competitive about it and stuff. That's why like I can't play like a Call of Duty or Counter-Strike or any of those.
So you're saying the one you're playing, it's more kind of like people like us play.
Yeah,
after work.
it's much more diverse, I think. Yeah, like some of the
Okay.
people that I've like played with on there, like I think they're like people who a lot of them are like computer programmers, for example.
Yeah.
Like people who work, like have jobs and stuff.
Okay.
So, it's way more chill.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like chilled game. I like chilled, not boring sort of game.
We'll have to try this out. This will be an interesting experiment.
Yeah, it would be. See
Okay.
how quick I get bored.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, that's my second thing. Now that we're squarely in the nerd corner,
Yeah.
and I think now that I've kind of, broken the ice on talking about a video game on this podcast, maybe there'll be more in the future.
There'll be more in the future.
I'm just gonna slowly transition us to be a video game podcast
Oh,
over
really?
time, without you even realizing.
So are you going to do like this online streaming, how do you call that? Online streaming,
Like live streaming.
live streaming, gaming broadcaster?
You mean like on Twitch, or like those sites? Or
yeah.
I guess YouTube gaming does it too.
Yeah. Like that.
I used to, like a few years ago. I don't know if I ever actually showed you the video of that.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Did you have a large audience?
No.
Okay.
I did get a few people that would like consistently show up, like people I didn't know in real life. That just like found and they like enjoyed it, I guess. And so like I would have like maybe like 4 or 5 people who would.
Only 4 or 5.
No.
That's pathetic.
Let me finish. I'm being very vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
You're taking advantage of that. No, I'm saying 4 or 5 people who would like continue like consistently. There would be like more people just like dropping in and out. Like that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But there was actually like a core group because I only did it for a couple months. I didn't do it for very long.
Okay.
It's how hard it is to like find an audience.
It is very hard. That's why I'm surprised you did that for a couple of months.
It was fun.
Oh, it's fun.
The key with that is to treat it like, don't look at the numbers while you're actually doing it. Just jump on there, like play a game. You talk out loud, which I do all the time anyway. When I'm.
Do you have to play the games and talk, or just watch other people play the games and you talk?
What do you mean? I'm the one playing the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Is there any other like broadcaster is like they watch other people play the games live and they commenting on that?
Oh no. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about actually playing and talking at the same time. Yeah. Of course.
See.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we're getting way off track now, and
Yeah.
I feel shamed by you calling me pathetic.
Yeah, because you have 5 audience, man.
Okay, let's set you up on a Twitch stream and see how you go.
0.
Exactly.
0 audience.
Thank you. Let's move on, please. Hey, you. Yeah, you, the person consuming our joy. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. One hope we have with Our Three Things is to spread little bits of joy to everyone who listens, and not just from us. If you have something joyful in your life that you'd like to share, we'd love to highlight it on the show. You can send it to us at our3things.com/contact or email us directly at our3things.podcast@gmail.com. And if you're enjoying our happy ramblings, we'd really appreciate a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It only takes a minute, and hearing the feedback means the world to us and helps spread the joy to even more people. All right, now, back to the things. Okay, Yuna, what is your second thing this week?
So my second thing this week is Matt's birthday celebration in isolation style last week.
Yeah.
It's a very nice weekend for both of... No, it's not weekend. Yeah, we did that on Tuesday. So it's very nice weekday. Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Monday.
Tuesday.
Monday was my birthday.
Oh, yeah, Monday, yes.
That's twice this episode. I feel like I've just been disrespected straight up now from my fellow co-host.
Okay, so Monday. Monday is like Matt's birthday, right? So we ordered Peking duck, eat at home. We also ordered the Matt's favorite tiramisu cake, and Matt found out his surprise birthday gift on that day,
which I talked about already. Yeah.
Which he talked about already. So that's a very nice break for us during the work week, and it's just really good that we can have celebration with some tasty food. One of our favorite food, Peking duck, as well as Matt's favorite cake, tiramisu.
Yeah. It's a fusion of two cultures.
Yeah, a fusion of two cultures.
A fusion of our two cultures.
Our two cultures, yeah. Exactly. and like, when we had birthdays, we would love to take pictures for the food. That's me.
Wait, hold on. What, we?
Yes. I would like to take pictures.
Singular pronoun there.
I like to take pictures of the food.
The other I in this week tolerates it.
Yeah. That's the way I put it. So I like to take picture of the food as well as picture with the cake and some birthday videos. So we did that. Although we are locked down at home, which is really good. We are able to do that. And I'm also very happy like I'm able to surprise Matt again on his birthday. Even when in isolation. Yeah. I just can't believe he didn't find a gift, although the gift has been sitting in the closet for like a month.
That's true. When I actually realized, because Yuna, she didn't wrap it, which I'm fine. I don't mind that so much because wrapping can be a waste of paper anyway. But like she didn't even really hide it though.
I hide it in my closet. I know you won't. Look.
Yeah, but I do all the laundry.
I know you do.
So like I definitely opened that closet.
No, you didn't. For that closet, you normally don't put the wash clothes in there. I noticed.
Oh, that's very strategic of you then.
Yes, I'm very strategic.
But still, it was like right on the floor in the closet. Like it wasn't under anything.
Yeah, but I hidden the sign, so you didn't know what it is.
You're very proud of yourself, aren't you?
I'm very proud of myself.
I'm very not proud of the opposite of proud of myself.
I remember when the delivery arrived. I went down to pick it up, and you asked me, what is it? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember this.
It's a huge box. I think it's one huge box. You just asked me, what did you order?
What did you say?
You don't know what I say.
What did you say?
Oh, just stuff.
Okay, stuff, yeah. You order stuff all the time though. So.
I know, and that's the first time.
Probably assumed it was cakes or something.
I know. It just be the first time. When I went down to pick up it, and when I picked up, put on the table, and when I tried to open it, you asked me, what did you order? I say, just some stuff.
Just some stuff, yeah.
and you didn't even notice, because I suspect you probably send something fishy, because normally when I order something, I would tell you it's either cake or it's something from Taobao or something else.
Right.
But I just use random. Just some stuff.
I have no memory of this.
Because you didn't even question, say, what stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I assume, it probably sends that's your gift.
Oh, so you thought that I maybe
I thought you knew already.
Oh, no, I didn't. I had no clue.
That's funny, because you literally asked me twice.
Well, that means that your plan worked, though. So even if you didn't realize it.
I know. So that's pretty good. So you didn't find out. And then what's funny is like I specifically scheduled an email about the purchase to Matt saying, this is a replacement of Hamilton tickets. And
so we had gone and booked to see Hamilton live in Sydney for my birthday, like a while ago. But then because of the lockdown, those were refunded. Yeah. So this was, I guess, the replacement
for that. And because I know Matt normally go running very early every day, like 6 a.m. Probably he wakes up around that time. So I specifically scheduled the email to be sent on 6 a.m.
But I also, because I do that, but it's also difficult to do that, to get out the door that early to go running. So, and I do want to like kind of get it done with. And so like I try to make a point in the morning, if I can avoid it, like not to just like scroll through all the notifications on my phone. So I didn't even check it. I just went out.
So he didn't even check it.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, because I was like, how come he has didn't say anything like when he come back from running? So I just keep asking.
Oh, I thought I was like not grateful or something.
I know. I was like, have you seen your email? He said, yeah, I saw some notification. I was like, have you checked the closet?
No.
He said, no. And then I keep saying, Matt, can you please just check the closet? And he went to check it and found out his present.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun for isolation.
I'm glad I could make it fun for you unintentionally. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my second joyful thing. To see Matt happy with his birthday celebration, birthday cake, birthday dinner, and gifts. So that's my second thing. What's your last thing?
So my last thing this week is another slightly nerdy thing, slightly less nerdy than actually playing a video game, but still in that realm of gaming. So my third thing is the casting announcements for the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Actually, I don't know if they're calling it Super Mario Brothers, but it's basically a Super Mario Brothers.
So they cast Mario and Luigi?
They did, and it's delightful in a way that is like unexpected. And I'm gonna quote there's lots of news sources talking about this, but I'm gonna quote one of my favorite places to get this kind of info, which is Polygon.com. So I'm gonna read a bit here. So Nintendo's feature-length animated Mario movie is coming December 21st, 2022, in the US. So we still have to wait a while for it, unfortunately. Yeah. We'll go into some of the movie stars. So first of all, I don't know if you know all the Mario characters. How many can you name off the top of your head, Yuna?
I can name that in Chinese.
Okay.
A lot.
What about English?
Mario, Luigi, the princess, the dragon, the...
Okay. So the Princess Peach.
Princess Peach.
Yeah, and the dragon is Bowser.
The dragon.
Wait, what's the names in Chinese then? I'm curious.
公主, just princess.
What about Bowser, the dragon?
Just dragon.
Oh, just dragon in Chinese.
No, I don't remember.
Wait, what's Mario's name in Chinese?
Mario.
And what about Luigi?
Luigi.
Louis? Oh, just Louis.
And the mushroom.
Yeah,
the
Toad.
Mushroom.
Toad is his name.
Toad?
Yeah.
Okay, we call him Mogu.
Mushroom. Just mushroom.
Mushroom head.
Mushroom head. Oh, I like that. That's very descriptive.
Yeah.
Okay, so, oh man, I'm just looking at the list before I read it, and I'm still kind of blown away. So, the person who's playing Mario, like the lead, obviously, is probably actually the most ridiculous to me. So we're just going to start there. Is Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Is voicing Mario.
He's voicing Mario.
Yeah, I think it's an animated movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so a feature-length animated Mario movie.
Yeah.
So these are all voice actors, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Because I think Chris Pratt, that's crazy enough by itself. If it was a live-action movie, and it was Chris Pratt playing Mario, like although I will say maybe the former Chris Pratt from Parks and Recreation is a little more look like Mario, at least in build. The one from the Chris Pratt from Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Like a super jacked, handsome Mario. I don't know if that would take some adjusting, I think.
Yeah, to watch. Yeah, I agree.
But even the voice, I'm having trouble placing, putting those together. So now a couple other highlights here for me. Princess Peach is actually played by Anya Taylor-Joy that's Queen's Gambit. Yeah. Remember the main character?
The lead?
The lead, yeah, the girl with the huge eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's playing as Princess Peach. And so Bowser, who's the dragon, the bad guy, is played by Jack Black. You know who that is?
I'm Googling him.
Okay. I don't know if you maybe have not seen because they weren't. I don't know if his movies were popular in China or not.
Didn't he voice the Kung Fu Panda? That's him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good. Okay, there's a touchstone for it. Yeah, he voiced the panda.
He voiced the panda.
Yeah, and he also was playing in one of my.
Jumanji. He's in the Jumanji.
Oh yeah, he was in the new Jumanji. That's true. Yeah, so you know what he looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, so. He was the short guy, right?
He's
short the one who played Stephanie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
right,
the girl. Right. He was playing the girl in the Jumanji.
Yeah, you're right.
With The Rock, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And he was also in one of my favorite movies from the 2000s called School of Rock, which we should watch sometime. That's a classic.
Yeah.
That casting I think is I'm kind of pumped for it because he could bring an interesting spin to it.
Yeah, because he's very funny.
We also have Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Seth Rogen, which is playing as Donkey Kong, which I don't really know how they're going to make that work. You know who Donkey Kong is, right? Like the character?
The King Kong?
No, Donkey Kong is like the big monkey in the Mario.
The big monkey,
in the Nintendo
right?
world. Yeah. Mm. I don't know why he's in this movie. We've got who did I miss? Oh, Charlie Day is playing as Luigi, which I really don't know like who did the casting for this because it's like really bizarre to me. But
Charlie?
I don't know if you know who that is. He's been in what's a movie he's in that you would have known? Maybe Horrible Bosses. He was in that, I think.
Oh yeah, no, the Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, he was in that movie. So if you Google him, you might recognize the face.
Mm.
So I have no idea. I don't know if there's any details about the actual story, but it looks like it could be promising. And the cast list is just like so many stars in there, like known people that are like hot right now. So like I'm curious how it's going to turn out. Now, one interesting thing about this is that I don't know if you know that there was actually a Mario Brothers movie in 1993, which is sort of somewhat controversial, I guess, for being wacky and like nothing like what the Mario Brothers games actually are like. So it's a live action movie, so it's like real people playing the roles.
Okay.
And if you go on Rotten Tomatoes for it, I'm just looked right now, it actually has a 28%. And yeah, so like the critic consensus is, despite flashy sets and special effects, Super Mario Brothers, which is like the name that they went with, is too light on story and substance to be anything more than a novelty. There's a review on the IMDb page for this 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie that I particularly like. It's a 1 out of 10 star review from IMDb user Chris16447, titled "Why Did Nintendo Even Sell the Rights?" And I'm just going to quote a couple of my favorites. So he says, "Nintendo, my favorite company, has betrayed me. But then again, they didn't know that the creators of this movie would defile the game that made Nintendo an extremely successful video game company. But enough of that. Let me tell you what is wrong with this movie. Everything." And then like he goes through a bunch of points about it. At the end, he kind of summarizes the movie as this: "If you like plots quickly written up on napkins before the check comes, and complete destruction of all that Mario stands for, then see this movie. If you are under the age of 12 and have never played a Mario game in your life, then proceed with caution. If you have ever played a Mario game in your life, take all measures not to see this movie. Remember, you cannot sue if this movie totally makes you cry uncontrollably for many hours. Trust me, I've tried." So that just gives you a taste of the fan reaction to this older Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
It's never been, to my knowledge, has never been attempted to be like seriously attempted to be made into a feature-length movie since then. There was like a cartoon, I think, that like ran like a kind of a kid's cartoon that ran for a short run in the 90s that I remember being okay. I think I watched it as a kid. Did
you watch it?
Yeah, I never actually seen this, like the movie, the 1993 movie.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that it's nothing like there's like a character, a plumber character named Mario, his brother Luigi, and there's like they go to like a dragon land where Bowser lives and is taking over the people or something. But like past that, it's nothing like the Mario games. It's like a very weird, bizarre kind of cult movie, I think. So I've never actually watched it. I probably need to get on that at some point. So all that to say, like the track record for Mario movie is not very good. So I'm hoping that this will be good. And the cast list is like ridiculous. So
yeah,
we'll see. But
we'll see. Hopefully the CGI is good for this one.
I think it should be. Yeah.
Well, it's Illumination, right? It should be good because the last one for the Sonic, Super Sonic.
Oh, Sonic, yeah.
It's terrible. No, I mean the first version.
Oh yeah, but they fixed it though at least.
Yeah,
so,
they fixed it before they fix it.
Yeah, I hope that there's not a similar thing going on
Hopefully.
with this one.
Because they are very classic.
Well, the problem with the Sonic movie too was that not only did they make Sonic look ridiculous, like with the small eyes and like I don't know, just too much of everything. But it was also like the blending with like the real life. I don't think this movie is gonna be like a mix of like real film and animation.
Yeah.
But it's too early to tell. Anyway, my that's my third thing is just like at least seeing the cast list and all those like names that like I really enjoy watching, you know, what they've done is makes it promising, I think. So and it could be a fun thing. So I'm hoping it'll be good.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
for
crossed.
Mario to hit the big screen in style next year.
Yeah.
Book your tickets now. That's my third thing.
Yeah, hopefully we can finally go to the cinema to watch it.
That's true. Hopefully by then in 15 months we'll be able to see it.
You never know.
You never know. Yuna, what is your last thing for today?
So my last thing is makes me really joyful. It's the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Oh yeah.
Last week, which is on Tuesday. I think that's why I mixed that with Matt's birthday.
That's a good excuse. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So for those who you don't know, Mid-Autumn Festival, it's a traditional Chinese holiday, also public holiday as well. It's also called the Mooncake Festival, and that's normally on the 15th of August in lunar calendar each year. So it changed each year, similar as the Chinese New Year dates.
Yeah.
So why I like it so much, because that's the second most popular holiday in China, that the whole family gather together.
Yeah.
And to have nice meals and to see your family and eat mooncake, and also sit in front of TV to watch a great gala show.
Yeah, kind of similar to the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, similar
gala,
to Chinese New Year show, because I think it's very different from the other parts of the world, right? Like normally in China, if it's a spring festival, which is at the end of the year, and the Mid-Autumn Festival, which is around autumn, right? We normally have a big festival gala event across the whole network. So people put on these shows of singing, dancing, performance, or comedy for a night. Sometimes lasts 4 hours, sometimes lasts 2 hours. So it's just really a tradition for us to come together as family and watch the show together and commenting on it, which is very fun. And the reason I love this year's show so much is because it's that's the first time they have the English translation for all the programs.
Yeah, it was actually even like all the songs.
All the songs.
Yeah.
So that's the first time Matt is able to understand what's going on during performance. And at the same time, because the Mid-Autumn Festival is a very traditional holiday, so you will see the people when they're performing, they dress in the traditional clothes.
Yeah.
In many years,
like
hanfu, like the very traditional clothes to perform. And when they sing, the lyrics they're saying, the background music is also played by very traditional instruments as well. That's why I thoroughly enjoying to see. Oh, that's the first time the show is in English and showing traditional Chinese culture, and Matt is able to understand it because they have English translation, which I'm really glad. Yeah.
Now, Yuna, I'm going to quiz you on the spot. Can you tell me the legend behind the Mid-Autumn Festival without Googling it, please?
Okay, the legend behind the Mid-Autumn Festival is... I'm
going to fact check you.
First, it's a holiday, public holiday.
Good start.
Okay, so there is a knight. He has a wife, and they both have these pills from the god that could help them to live for a very long time.
So the elixir of immortality.
Yeah. So to live for a very long time. But the reason they got these pills because of the knight, the husband, name is Hou Yi. He helped the world to defeat the sun monster, because there were 9 suns in the sky. So he killed the other 8 sun monsters. So it's only 1 sun in the sky. So the people in the earth don't suffering from 9 sun, right? Because when you have a lot of suns in the sky, you wouldn't have any water to grow for the plant, for the wheat. So people are starving. So
you'd have like 10 times chance of melanoma too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that.
Exactly. So he helped with that, and then he was awarded by 2 magical pills that for he and his wife. So, but then there are other bad guys trying to get those pills. So what his wife did is, his wife's name is Chang'e. So what his wife did is to escape the bad people. He just took the 2 pills herself. And then he becomes so light, and he fly to the moon.
She became the moon, right? Yeah.
She became the moon goddess. And so she lived in the moon with a goddess of rabbit. And then it's so sad, she can't see her husband down there. But because of that story, people trying to celebrate, to remember this couple, right? And to show how they miss each other how people should reunion on this day as a family. So they celebrate this day, Mid-Autumn Festival. And on that day, so you can look to the moon, and the husband and knight, Hou Yi, so he can remember his wife is in the moon. And that represents, when we look at moon, no matter where you are, you look at the same moon, and your family look at the same moon. And that's a way, before the internet or phone, you can connect each other by looking at the same bright round moon on the 15th of August in lunar year, every year. And you're doing the same thing, eating the moon cakes, and your family can do the same thing on the other side of the world.
You know, that's actually pretty good. I was just following along in Wikipedia, the Wikipedia version of this story. And I mean, you got it right, I think. You even got the 9 sun monsters, right?
I know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Why it's so difficult for me to explain is because I never need to explain that in English. So I have to translate the story I know when I was a kid.
To be fair, I think I ask you this every year.
I know.
But every year you do get it right. You know that, right? Like you do.
I do get it right, but I can't say it in very fluently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understood.
Yeah. So you better cut it to make me sound better.
Okay. I'll just cut it. So like, okay, here's Mid-Autumn Festival from Matt's explanation. Just eat a bunch of mooncakes. Just eat all the mooncakes.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, but like the reason I was so happy is because I can see this year is I can finally share this with the family, which Matt here, and he can understand my culture. And this is also a holiday like brings everyone together and to watch the same show, the same moon, and the same mooncake.
Beautiful.
Which is very good. Like, which is very nice feeling for everyone.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is our 3 things for this week.
Yeah.
It was lovely to talk about that. You make me crave mooncake now, even though we just ate it the other day.
We have another one.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go eat a mooncake.
Yes. Sounds
Perfect.
good.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off then. Before we go.
Remember, our 4th thing
is you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
手中雕刻神话，刀锋千转蜿蜒成花，生命中的他是桥旁帮助人家，春光绕过发梢红纱，刺绣灯塔，眉目刚的那座庄稼，红颜留下枕上白发，杯中酒。